Game 5 of the conference finals. You got the sense legs coming into this one. There was some bad blood developing, a lot of storylines. It lived up to everything and then some. To Miami. Heat, Celtics even at 2-2. Chris Bosh was in uniform. He didn't start. He did play. Legs early on. It looked like all of Miami was ready to play.
No question about it. The Miami Heat came out with a lot of energy. They were definitely focused on getting Dwayne Wade going early. This dunk right here, Dwayne Wade off to a great start. 7 points in the first 4.5 minutes, but then none the rest of the half.
Chris Bosh looking to check in. Doc Rivers wondering if he might take another game off, but Bosh did not comply. Legs, he did contribute in a big way in that first half.
He really did. He was active, and I love this, the emotion, the passion. The Heat don't show enough of this. Chris Bosh right there firing the crowd up. They're glad to see him back. Three-point play. Very productive in the little bit of time he got in the first half.
Second quarter, LeBron just came out firing.
He really did. Very aggressive. He scored in every way imaginable in the first half. The driving layup there, and then the rise up three here over Ray Allen in the corner. Look at Amari Stoudemire sitting courtside, taking it in.
Yeah, wearing his outfit from the Outsiders movie. LeBron at 18 in the first half. Doc Rivers had some pointed words for the Celtics in the huddle.
The only way we're going to get multiple baskets, we got to get multiple stops at some point.
Oh, you know what? The Celtics would respond. Legs, Kevin Garnett starting and finishing this one.
Well, a good thing their defense was in gear after the initial start because they could not put the ball in the basket. You see there's a lid on it right there. Rondo, tough first half shooting the basketball, but Garnett right there wills himself to a three-point play on the offensive boards.
Heat led by as many as 13 in the first half, but just 2 at the half. And then, I mean, this is inexcusable.
That's just an absolute brain lapse right there by Rajon Rondo. There's no excuse for it. He just lack of concentration right there in the backcourt violation.
Ensuing possession, rare instance, Legs, of role players making a play for Miami.
And absolutely should have been an and one there in the corner three by Shane Battier. As it is, up 7.
But then, guard your grill, James Jones. It's Garnett from Rondo.
A complete breakdown defensively. This is after a made basket. You get back in transition, early offense, no one communicates. Garnett walks into a three-point play dunk.
Under a minute to go. What a game for Petrus. And then, Legs, closing seconds of the third, it's Keon Dooling's turn.
Huge role players stepping up. Pierce draws the defense. Dooling steps into the three, knocks it down. 15-1 run to end that quarter. Big momentum shift.
Celtics led by 5 after 3. Fourth quarter, LeBron and Wade got busy.
I like LeBron on these threes. Catch and shoot when he's squared up to the basket. He's a pretty effective shooter. Knocked it down right there.
And then Wade muscles one in acrobatic play. Heat led by 6. At the other end, what a block by Wade, but Legs, right place, right time for Petrus.
Possibly the biggest play of the game. They don't score right here, and the Heat go down and score. They're going to be up 8. Instead, look at this awareness by Rondo. Not only did he get a hand on it, it's a perfect redirection, and it hit Petrus dead in the numbers. Squared up for a 3, cuts it to 3. Huge play.
Over 3 minutes to go. Garnett, hide the kids' legs. Check out the reaction by KG here.
And the key, timing it, waiting and not fouling, making the block without the foul, and take a look again at the intensity of Kevin Garnett protecting the rim.
May have said something like, please don't bring that shot in here next time. And then at the other end, Allen off the mark. Pierce going to drive and find Garnett. He's been so big in this series.
And another loose ball play off the offensive board leads to a wide-open jumper for Garnett.
Ensuing possession for Miami. Mario Chalmers dialed in from long distance. Heat led by 1. It was like a heavyweight title fight entering the 14th or 15th round. Ray Allen loses the handle. Mad scramble here, Legs, and it's Petrus again.
Third loose ball play in the fourth quarter. This time Ray Allen gets his knees dirty, comes out of the scrum, and they find Petrus for a 3.
Back the other way. How does Wade make that?
No idea. Triple pumped it, cocked it behind his neck, and still banked it in.
And then under a minute to go, you know Pierce is the big shot maker, and he does it again.
Just flat out cold-blooded right there for Paul Pierce to look LeBron dead in the eye, rise up, hit a 3, might even have got hit on the wrist, and pretty much decided matters right there.
He was 5 of 18 from the field before that shot. He'd get it back. Mario Chalmers, no. They initially ruled this off of the Celtics, but they did review it, Legs, and I think they got the call right.
Yeah, it goes off of Haslam right here. A lot of momentum behind him with Battier and Rondo, but Haslam's hand was the last to touch the ball. Celtics basketball.
Ray Allen made a pair of free throws. LeBron would drive. Heat back within 2. James had 30, but Garnett made a pair of free throws. The Celtics took care of business down the stretch.
Absolutely did. The free throws, 4 for 4 down the stretch between Allen and Garnett. Miami left with a desperation 3, and then KG alertly flips the ball to the other end. And Boston, huge road win to save this series for the time being. Now going back to Boston with a chance to close this out.
94-90 the final in a best-of-7 series in the Big Three era. When tied at 2-2, the Celtics are now 9-0 in Game 5s. 26 points, 11 rebounds for KG, 19 for Pierce, including that killer 3 late, 30 for LeBron to go with 13 rebounds, 27 for Wade, 9 for Bosh in 14 minutes.
Nothing's easy. You know, we do it together. We don't do it individually, and when we do, we look bad. But when we do it together, we look pretty darn good.
What fuels you after 17 years in this league? What fuels you, Kevin?
The competition, the naysayers, the owners who talk too much. You know, the people who don't think a 36, 35-year-old can do what I do. I take a lot of pride in my craft. I work really hard on my craft every day, and I'm a true professional.
It had been such a struggle for Paul Pierce, but he made that 3. As he released it from his hand, you're thinking, what of your teammate?
I'm looking at him saying, oh, God, the truth. When he shoots certain shots, I know it's going in, and when he got a certain confidence going, it's the truth.
I saw him back up. I gave me a step. I knew it was at my range. The shot clock was winding down, and just took the shot. You know, that's just, you know, being in those moments so many times and understanding what your team needs and being able to concentrate and get the best shot for us. You know, I thought that was the best shot. Once I saw him back up, and I was able to knock it down.
Well, if we showed you these numbers before the game, you'd say for sure the Celtics lost. Pierce, Allen, and Rondo combined to shoot 11 of 43, 26%. Boston was out-rebounded by 10, outscored in the paint, and outscored on second chance points. And the Celtics didn't take their first lead until there were 48 seconds to play in the third quarter. So, how the heck did they win that game?
You win games because you make winning plays. And really, that's what it came down to for the Boston Celtics. They have so many guys that know how to make winning plays, and they do it collectively across the board. And you know, chronologically, this is the first one, and this is an enormous one. You get the rejection at the rim. That would have been a huge momentum play for the Heat. Instead, Rondo awareness kicks it out to Pietrus on the slap pass. And not only did he get it there, but look where he hits him. It's right in the cradle for a shooter. And Pietrus can just go up and perfect rhythm and drains it, cuts it from 6 to 3. Next winning basketball play. Right here, Ray Allen with the miss. Look at Rondo hustle, get the deflection. Pietrus tracks it down, and now Pierce could have panicked right there and shot the 3. Instead, puts it on the deck, gets in the hole, and kicks it out to Garnett for a wide open jump shot. Winning basketball play. Next one, loose ball on the floor. Who's going to get it? 4 guys go to the floor. The Celtics end up with it. And again, Pierce, the awareness to make one more pass. Trust your teammate. Michael Pietrus in perfect position to drain yet another 3. And then here, up by 1. This is just a clutch player reminding you of how great he is in these moments. Paul Pierce draining a 3. You see the grin coming off the court. Every opportunity the Celtics had to make a clutch play, they made it. Opportunities when the Heat did, they made some, they didn't make others. But a lot of those loose balls, you know, people might think that's fortunate. It's not fortunate. You create your own luck. The Boston Celtics did it, and I love what they did after they came up with the loose balls. It was another pass, maybe 2 passes out of that to get the wide open look. You can't say enough about the intestinal fortitude of this team and how they performed in this game.
We got so much to get to in this game, but Eric Spoelstra and company had some explaining to do after Game 5. Take a listen.
It's a loss, and that's all it is. And that's what our focus is right now, is to fight any kind of noise from the outside or any human condition, and to collectively come together strong to prepare for the next game.
I mean, we play hard. You know, they just made runs. You know, every time we got them down, they made runs, and they, you know, made us stagnant offensively and got stops and they got them back in the game. Well, I mean, it's a big shot. I mean, we played it the best way we could. Contested it. I mean, he made a shot. That's what some big-time players do. They make big shots.
We know what we have to do. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's no reason to really dwell on it and think about it a lot. We have to go to Boston and win.
We never get too high and get too low in the series, and we had an opportunity to come home and take a lead, but we didn't. So, you know, we got to go to Boston and win a game.
Which is no easy task. Legs, there's been a lot of talk about Doc Rivers out-coaching Erik Spoelstra. You said on SportsCenter earlier tonight he's thoroughly out-coaching Erik Spoelstra. Explain that.
Well, a lot of it has to do with adjustments he makes in the game. And tonight I thought, you know, going from zone to man, Doc Rivers did that great adjustment. Just the sets that they run at the time they run them. The fact that Rondo comes up the court in critical situations and he's got one eye on Doc Rivers the entire time to see what he wants to do. You never really see the Heat look at the sideline in critical moments. They just kind of come up and play unless it's out of a timeout. And even then, they don't get a lot of structure in their sets. But their offense really broke down at critical times. You look at this possession for the Miami Heat. You basically got 5 guys standing around. There has not yet been a screen or an interchange or a basket cut on this possession, and this is what you end up with. A LeBron James fadeaway 3 with a hand in his face in a 2-point game late third quarter. Here, another possession. Now, Dwayne Wade drives and kicks. Now, this play right here, LeBron James has to be stepping in when that ball's kicked out and attack, because Dwayne Wade did most of the work. Instead, he immediately kicks it to Norris Cole. You end up with a bad possession, a lost possession, and you get nothing out of it. Even defensively, this is the culture of what Erik Spoelstra has created with this team. This is a lack of concentration. It's time to win. You just tied the game, and now this is how you get back in transition defense. You allow Paul Pierce to penetrate your defense and get to the line for 2 free throws. So some of it is in-game stuff. You know, you can point to Erik Spoelstra not playing Chris Bosh enough. I don't understand. He was ready to play. They said 25 minutes was his limit. He was productive in the first half. Where was he in the fourth quarter? I don't understand that. That's directly pointing to this game. But there are other things that talk about the structure of their offense, what they run, the lack of cohesion at times, the lack of direction from the bench when times get stressful. All of those things are more about the general culture on a day-to-day basis of this team and just relying on spectacular shot making and playmaking to carry you through. That's not how Boston does it. Doc Rivers' stamp is all over this team and all over this game, and I'm still looking for Erik Spoelstra's stamp or signature on the Miami Heat or on what they do offensively when times get tough.
Well, you know, you talked about the Chris Bosh. That's going to be another area where there are going to be a lot of second-guessing for the Miami Heat. Bosh came into this game, did not start, but he did come into the game in the first quarter. We were wondering if he would play a role. He did play a big role in that first half, 9 points, 6 rebounds, but he played just 4 minutes in the second half, finished with just 1 more board. Bosh said after the game he had more to give. Erik Spoelstra had some explaining to do about why he was not on the floor down the stretch.
I mean, I feel good. I definitely had more to give. And, you know, I'll be there. I just tried to be a good teammate for the guys that were out there. But as far as physically feeling, I felt good. It was good to really be back out there. And, you know, when the time comes again, you know, I'll definitely be ready to play more than I played tonight.
I didn't think it would necessarily be fair to him to throw him in with 3 minutes to go. But I thought he gave us good minutes.
He's going to hear it there again, Legs. He says, you know what, it wouldn't be fair to him. Let's not go into the why he didn't play. Let's talk about what he could have done if he had been on the floor in the second half.
Well, listen, first of all, he's somebody you have to account for defensively for the Celtics. Doc Rivers admitted it. We're preparing now differently because Chris Bosh is in your game plan. Your rotations are different. Your traps are different. You might not get an extra defender in the driving lane of Dwayne Wade and LeBron James if Chris Bosh is on the floor, even if he doesn't touch the ball or get a shot. But there's a good likelihood that he would end up getting a shot or making a shot. He had 5 offensive rebounds in the first half. Maybe he gets you an extra possession. He knows how to play. The guy's been an all-star. I don't understand if he was healthy, and Erik Spoelstra talked it up yesterday. Hey, if he's healthy, it's the playoffs. He's going to play. I don't understand where he was in the second half. That not fair to him. Are you kidding me? You're paying this guy how much money to come in here? What, you make $17 million this year? I think he was ready for the responsibility and could have handled the pressure of it. I don't understand that. That's something he's going to have to answer to all day tomorrow, and he should.
And Bosh played well. I mean, that's the puzzling. But if he couldn't lift his arm, you'd say, okay, there'd be a lot of questions for the Miami Heat.